bring it over here and compare them so they're both, you know, relatively sitting level and flush with each other. You can see how much of this little ear at the end of this piece that I took out on the passenger side, which in turn gives it camber. So just that little amount that I've cut off really added a lot. Like, and I was like, you know what, I should probably cut a little bit more. Like, no, rather be safe than sorry. And glad I was, because holy crap, that's a lot. I'm gonna get this all fitted up and dialed in, you know, try to make them as even as possible. Once I get that all situated and they're like ready to be finally welded up, I'm gonna work on the lower control arms, taking those off, extending them, because whenever I had this on the car, had the wheel on, I had it jacked up all carefully up as high as it could go. The lower control arm, because when the wheel goes up, it gets further away, so I'm gonna have to extend that lower control arm like at least the length of my hand, which is freaking insane. But no one makes adjustable LCAs for this car, unlike Subarus or probably Hondas or whatever. So hopefully this is like a big game changer, and this helps y'all out if y'all ever want to do this, or if even for your car it helps. But like I said, I'm gonna cut a little piece off like right here, like so, on both sides, round it off, tack it up, and see if it's the same. This one's pretty good sitting sidewise. A problem I ran into was, see if you can see it on this one. You can see how the inside of where the strut is, this part right here, how that opening is smaller than the opening on the hub, if that makes any sense. You can see how there's a little bit of a gap. See, you can see it right here. I don't know how I'm gonna address that. Maybe I can just grind down the ears on the inside of this part a little bit more, but that's all I can think of to do to fix that. I have it sitting up higher, so the bottom will be flush, and I can weld that as well, because if not, then I can't weld the bottom. So I will do that on the driver's side, and then see how it looks afterwards. Hopefully, my biggest concern is just matching them. Once I get that dialed in, they'll be set up to be welded completely, and then I can focus on the lower control arms. The tie rods didn't seem to have a problem. CV axles did have a little bit of a binding, but that's usual. I figured that would happen with, you know, this amount of camber. Don't need to extend or shorten those, which is good. So I'll catch up with y'all later. This is probably gonna be like a multiple part video, just because my phone's gay and doesn't like keeping storage. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. All right, so the update on the passenger side, kind of experimenting with the angle part of this. I probably, looking back now, probably didn't have to cut off that little section off the side of the strut. To shorten it, I probably could have just shaved the top of it and just pushed the hub part in, because I realized that once you have the strut side like level when you're working on it, like about to weld it, if that's level, but you push this part of it in, that's what gives you the camber. And as you can tell, that is a lot. I'm gonna have to extend my lower control arm, because it does not go in there. It only goes forwards like so much. I had to, what was it? I think I had to put the CV axle in and the tie rod, and then put the strut in, and then I tried the lower control arm, and it just was not going in. But that is a significant amount of camber. You come over here to this side, the driver's side that I did first. Sorry, the sun's right here, and there's like hardly any camber. I'm gonna take the driver's side off, and I'll do the same. But you can see when I'm talking about how this part of it is still kind of angled out, which in turn would push the hub So I'm gonna take this off, shave that like I did on the other side, and it should bring this part in some more while keeping this level, which I want to do, keep it level, but shave it to where this will go into this part more. As for the lower control arm, hoping I wouldn't have to extend it, but I'm gonna have to. Not really sure how I should go about doing that, but I'll figure it out. It literally just needs to go like an inch maybe. Gonna be kind of tricky trying to fill in these gaps and hope this shit doesn't break. But once I get that tackled on both sides, get them even, which would probably be the hardest part. Once I get them even, then I'll deal with the lower control arms on both sides, and then I'll finish up the welding on here, and then, you know, put the car back together. I was testing the reason why the fenders are off on the driver's side. After I welded it, I jacked it up, and my tire is like, yeah, as you can tell, I've already hit some of this. I'm literally going to cut it and hammer it back or do something, because I'm not gonna be able to drive. My tire's literally sitting on this. So that's that. So I have the pinch weld to deal with, the lower control arms, and then matching the sides. So I'll get back with y'all.